Welcome to Global Insiders Podcast. I am Ryan, the peripatetic one, bringing you information about opportunities relating to jobs, traveling, and any information that can elevate you to your rightful place in this thing called life. You can find more information and how-to methods on globalinsidersgroup.com. That is insiders with an S. And here is today's show. Hello, insiders. Welcome back to another show. This week, I want to continue talking about getting certified to teach English. And last time, I spoke about a few things. I spoke about ITT international certificates where you can either do them online or offline. So let's just recap a little bit about that. Of course, you can do TESOL or TEFL certifications, and I explained in the last show exactly what those things are. So if you haven't listened to that show yet, please go back and listen to it. I also spoke about the certification process where you can decide to study in just about any country, because you can do it online if you decide to do that, or you can do it offline where you'll have to look at the bases where they have that you can go to study to get a certificate. So if you haven't listened to the show, please go back to that episode, and it's a previous episode, and learn a little bit about getting certified to teach English. Also, I want to give you a disclaimer right away. I want to let you know that I am an affiliate of ITT. So yes, if you decide to purchase a course from them by using my code, you will get a discount, and with that discount, you will get like about somewhere between 15% to 20% off. So feel free to click from my site to theirs and get a discount if you decide to do a certificate. But now today I want to talk about the best places to work if you're qualified, and I want to start by talking about the continents. So I'll give it a breakdown like this. So let's go to Europe first. Yes, it's possible to teach English in Europe. It's not a far-fetched idea. The thing with Europe, however, though, is that they have the EU there. So they have the EU system, so EU citizens get preference. So that's one thing to look out for. And also, they seem to have a preference for CELTA, for persons with the CELTA certification. So you can look into that. You can just Google CELTA to find out more about that. But opportunities are available, and according to ITT, business English is in high demand there. So if you have an interest in teaching business English, Europe is the place for you to go. And they also break down Europe in terms of Western Europe and Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe might be a bit more hard to adjust to, because it's not, let's say, it's not as affluent as Western Europe. So the culture might be a bit different there, so to speak. But nonetheless, jobs are there. And with Western Europe, I mean, yes, jobs might be in, teachers might be in high demand, but also those positions might get filled faster because it's more appealing. The place itself is more appealing to foreigners, so they might just go there more than, let's say, Eastern Europe. But yes, the possibility is there to teach in Europe. I had a friend, in fact, I interviewed her on this on the podcast, Shanice. She lived in Spain, and she actually taught English in Spain. So it is definitely possible to teach English there. And she enjoyed teaching English in Spain. And Spain, for those who don't know, is a really laid-back country. Maybe in future episodes I'll get other people on to talk about their experiences in Spain, because it's a place that's really laid back. And most of Europe is laid back compared to, let's say, North America, especially America. We're used to the American culture so much from television shows that we think life is so fast paced and moving. But you have so many countries with a different lifestyle than that which is in North America. Okay, moving along and to segue into Latin America, because Latin America is also a place that is also a bit laid back when it comes to culture and lifestyles. So this market is filled with variety, and it is therefore attractive because the experience can be very rich. If you are confident and have self-belief, this market is perfect, because the cost of living in Latin America is relatively low. So even if the salary is low, it is possible to live and save some money there. So definitely don't count out Latin America. And many times persons forget that if the language of business is English, and it will be that way for a very long time. And if persons are speaking, if the language of a country is not English, it's an open market immediately, because those persons need to get education in English so they can do business, because money makes the world go around. Do not be fooled about it. Money makes the world go around. So people are always looking for opportunities to educate themselves and to learn more. So Latin America is definitely a place to look into. The sad thing about Latin America, though, is that most jobs are not online. So you will have to search by asking, and so getting word of mouth information, or you have to hit the pavement yourself. So we're talking about the old school style of job searching, right? Also, North America. Let's not leave out great North America now. If you assume that demand would be low for English teachers in North America, think again. Teachers are needed to teach university students. As I said earlier, the language of business is English, and if you plan to study, if you want to make it in this world academically, or you have to go to school. I mean, as much as persons or people would like to be like, don't go to school because of the student loans and so forth, I mean, it's still the fastest and the easiest way to change your life, is going to university or going to school. So North America still has the best schools in the world, really. Yes, you have countries in Europe that have some really good schools, but overall the top schools are still in North America. So yes, teachers are needed to teach university students and to help NGOs, and that's non-government organizations. With these people, they have to deal with foreigners sometimes, have to take care of children, and these children need to get an education, and they don't speak English, so they have to learn English through NGOs. So North America is very active market. However, you have to search for these jobs. When I worked in America, I remember working with people who they were working and going to school at the same time, and they were always, I need to get I need to get TEFL certified, or I need to get to make sure that I have the English certification so I can get into the degree program and so forth. So that is where the demand for English comes in the United States. Australia is fairly similar. It's a market that it mirrors North America in that sense, where a lot of students go there to learn English. I mean, usually you're talking about the Asian students, people from talking about Japan and China. These students go to Australia to learn English, because it's nearer to them than, let's say, America. So it's active, and searching for jobs, you can do it online. And the key thing with Australia is being sponsored. So if you can get sponsorship, the possibilities to get a job is there. I will do a show about teaching English in Australia in the future, but for now, know that it is possible to teach English there if you have a degree and certification. So, I mean, they're not asking for a whole lot. If you have a degree and you get the ITT certificate, I mean, it's game on. It's up to you to get in there and do your applications and apply for the job. Now, let's get to the money places. Asia. I mean, Asia is huge. You know, you're talking about places like Japan, China, South Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, all these places, Cambodia. I mean, Asia is huge, you know. So it's a fun place because it's a mature market. So they know how to recruit teachers. It's very active, and the demand for English teachers in Asia is growing and will continue to grow for a long time. So I mean, the salaries are usually on par with the best in the world, and definitely at the higher side of the spectrum. In some countries, such as Thailand, though, the pay is very low, but the lifestyle and the cultural experience makes up for it. So Asia is definitely a place. If you just finished getting your qualifications and getting certified, you definitely should think about moving to Asia. The Middle East. Yes, the Middle East. I mean, so many things come to mind when we think about the Middle East. I've actually written articles about this. Some of the first articles that I wrote for Global Insiders Group.com were about the Middle East. So many jobs are there in the Middle East, and usually you're talking about the university jobs and so forth. But this should not deter you from applying for a job, even though you know they ask for more for persons with qualifications and with years of experience. But don't let that deter you. If you don't try, you never know. And it's something to aim towards, because the pay, once again, it's really pretty good. There's no place better than the Middle East to make money. If tax-free doesn't sound good to you, it certainly does to me. Do I need to say more? Well, I hope not, because yeah, as I said, tax-free, you're talking about it depends, you know. I'm hearing of upwards of 50,000, even all the way up to say 80,000, which I mean, that's mind-blowing for me, really, you know. But yes, that's how it is. Money is very important to all of us, of course, because we have the bills to pay. And if you're just looking for new experiences, there can be other things that are appealing. And over the past year, I've met people who have left good jobs. And when I say good jobs, I mean like they were in careers. Like I met an architect, and I met a guy that was he was a telephone. He was in charge of telephones, basically. He was working with a telephone company, and he decided to leave his country and leave his job to teach English. And you understand what's going on there. What's going on there is that you're in the work world and you keep going around in this maze, and you know you're in the rat race basically, and you get a bit jaded. So he just wanted out. And as I said, I've met architects. I mean, not just one or two. I've met persons who, you know, they just got jaded. They just got tired of the whole going around in a circle type bit, chasing the cheese, and just wanted to calm things down a little. And they decided to move to Asia. So if you find yourself in this category, here are a few places that might appeal to you. This list is by no means exhausted, but it's a start. So once again, I will say I am an affiliate of ITT. So some of the things I will talk about it's regarding its information from ITT, and feel free to disregard it if anything. So the first one that I'll talk about is Thailand, with 16 public holidays, beautiful beaches, and its nearness to other bucket list countries, such as Indonesia. It is very attractive to persons who are looking to teach overseas. The big drawback, as noted earlier, though, is the low salary. But you know, if you're looking for an exotic place and you're looking for a good time and fun experience and just growing yourself as a person, I mean, I think there's no better place than there. And you're gonna see backpackers and you're gonna meet people who are on their own journey in terms of becoming entrepreneurs and so forth. So you never know what will happen to you if you move to such a place. Like Thailand, Costa Rica offers a similar offering. Sunsets and beaches and exotic experiences. The thing though is this, especially if you're from North America, I mean, this is close to home, so this might be a culture that or a country that it's easier for you to adjust to rather than moving halfway across the world or across the world to Thailand or somewhere like that. Well, Vietnam is similar to those two countries, but the difference with Vietnam is that they seem to be paying a better salary. And once again, this information can be found online if you search for it, and you can also find it on ITT's blog. So the opportunity to earn and save is there for Vietnam. So it's a place to look into, and of course you get the same sunsets and exotic experiences like you would get in Thailand and Costa Rica. But once again, if money is your thing, and money, as I said, it's very important. We can't ignore money. The Middle East is the place to go, and this country might seem far-fetched to many, but if you're focused and you really have a plan and you really want to knock off your student loan, or if you want to start, put yourself in a good position in life, I mean, Saudi Arabia is that place. I mean, the thing with Saudi Arabia is like, yes, you will need that 2 years or more experience, but they will pay for your airfare, your health insurance, and you will be making more than $2,500 each month. So, the key thing to it is, as I always talk about in these podcasts and on the website, always do your research, always do a deep dive, so you know you're not being cheated, and if you do sign up for something, it's something that you can handle. So once again, I'll say get certified. Yes, get that certificate. Yeah, and I'd say get it regardless of the position that you have, regardless of what you're doing in life, because you never know, you might find yourself in a position where you become jaded, and the cost for doing this thing, it's fairly low, and it's not time consuming at all. I mean, you can take your time and do maybe say even 15 minutes each night until you finish the course. I mean, they do not pressure you in terms of the time. Yes, there is a stipulated time, but just relax and take your time and do it, and you can finish it up. So yeah, I say regardless of the job you have, regardless of the qualifications you have, I say add a skill to it. You speak English naturally, and just get your qualifications and move forward. So you have an actual skill. It can be of benefit, I mean, definitely, and it is a qualification and it is a skill. So why give up on that? And I will definitely implore persons with a general degree. And I say general degree, I mean, it's not a career degree. You're not a doctor, you're not a lawyer or anything like that. And even lawyers, I mean, because if you haven't been to the bar, I mean, you're still just having a general degree. So I'd say if you have an arts degree, get TEFL certification. I mean, it's perfect for you, especially if you're in the arts. I mean, this is an actual skill that adds to the degree that you have. So now you would have a degree and you have a skill, and people are looking for skills, and you'll be surprised. I mean, I'm sure if you are confident enough, you can get jobs in Fortune 500 companies with TEFL certification, because yes, they need translation also, and they need persons who are adept at teaching or speaking English. So yeah, don't underestimate the power of being certified. And also for your own confidence, you will know where you stand in terms of your English, and you'll know what practical English is, because yes, you speak a language, but you don't know how practical it is to use it to to achieve your goals. So if you are interested, please go to globalinsidersgroup.com. That is my website, and for more information. And if you decide to sign for an ITT course, go to globalinsidersgroup.com and just click on the learn to how to travel or study abroad page, and then click on the start link in the first paragraph of that post. Good luck and all the best. Thanks for listening today. I hope you are inspired. You can find more helpful and motivational material at globalinsidersgroup.com. That is, insiders with an S. You can also keep in touch at Global Insiders on Instagram. See you next time, but remember, you can be your own superhero. Bye.